Back to school time, or the start really of any new season, gets many of us motivated to rethink our habits. How about breakfast, for example? If you're ready to upgrade that, the donuts and Pop-Tarts or whatever you normally have, Hy-Vee dietitian Nina Struss has some healthy breakfast ideas you can make in advance. Hi, Nina. Good to have you along in your pretty test kitchen.
Yes.
Yeah. So are you a good breakfast eater? I know that you do promote this, but I'm just wondering in your own family if you guys love breakfast.
Yeah, definitely. We are big breakfast eaters. I'm definitely a big breakfast eater. I find that if I don't get a really good breakfast, especially one that's rooted in, good sources of protein and fiber, I actually start feeling pretty crummy mid-morning to afternoon, and I find that it's really hard to not have cravings later in the day too. So breakfast is really important for not only me, but us in our household.
Yeah, I like the make-ahead stuff. I mean, that's always a good idea, I think. And this one, and in fact, you brought over a plate for me to try since we had to Zoom with you today. This is the fresh berry and maple sheet pan pancakes. So,
yes.
So when our viewers look at this, they're going to see it looks like a bar, like a candy bar, like a cookie bar, right? Well,
yeah.
In this case, it's really kind of like a big fat pancake. Whoa.
Exactly. So, and it's really nice too because we're using the Kodiak cakes mix. So Kodiak cakes is higher in protein and higher in fiber than a lot of our traditional pancake mixes are. So that is the base of these sheet pan pancakes. We're just mixing them, and we're making them non-dairy too. So we're mixing in oat milk with that, a little bit of what you would normally have for a pancake. So cinnamon, nutmeg, maple syrup as the sweetener, and a couple of eggs, and that gets mixed together as a nice dough in a bowl. And then what you're going to do is you're going to put that into a pretty big pan because, as you see, they puff up quite a bit. So it doesn't look like it's that much. But when they are actually cooking in the oven, which they cook in the oven for about 350 degrees for about 14 to 16 minutes, they puff up quite a bit. And this is great, too, because you can easily store these in the freezer. And so you can cut them into the little slices like I had cut for you and like I have cut here. And once they're cut into slices, you can individually wrap them if you want to and store them in the freezer and take them out and microwave them in the morning when you want to enjoy them. So it's really easy for kids who are especially maybe not the best breakfast eaters in the morning and they need something quick for school.
Well, it tastes like a cake, like a snack cake. And I think the consistency, so I can explain this to folks, is like a little, like a sponge cake. Like a little cake, and it's moist, and I love that you put the chocolate chips in. Oh my goodness, that made it for me. And you put strawberries in there. You have some nuts on top. But what else could you do with this, Nina, according to what your family might like?
Yeah, definitely. And I think this is what makes it super fun is that you can get the whole family involved in making this, and you can literally take thirds, and everybody can maybe decorate their own third. You want to have some fruit if you can. So berries are in season right now. They're perfect, but you could do apples as it gets into the fall. But Kodiak Cakes actually has a pumpkin spice mix that you could substitute instead. So you could do pumpkin spice with maybe some apples or even some peaches. Nectarines, bananas if your family likes them. So any kind of fruit that's going to be a great source of fiber. And then nuts and seeds, so like chia seeds, flaxseed, or in this case we're using walnuts, are really great as a healthy fat and are also going to add a boost of protein too. And then of course if you like the sweetness, like I know you do and I do too, my kid does also, that's kind of where the chocolate chips come into play. So you can do mini chocolate chips, you can do dark chocolate chips, you can spread them all over. You can do just a few. And then if you're really adventurous, when you go to heat up one of the squares, you could add even some nut butter on top for a little boost of healthier fats, flavor, and protein too.
Oh, that would be good, yeah. So I know the components of breakfast, I think you mentioned most of them, are protein, fiber, a healthy fat, and then make sure you have some kind of vitamins and minerals, maybe through fruits, through a fruit for that.
Yep, so you'll get a lot of vitamins and minerals from your fruits. You're going to even get some from like the whole grains, breads and oatmeal and oats have some really great vitamins and minerals. Same things with your nuts and seeds and even things like healthy fats like avocados. So if you're a fan of, avocado toast, maybe with some eggs. All of those foods in our food groups are going to provide different types of vitamins and minerals, but really it's important to make sure you're getting some protein, especially along with your complex carbs and fiber for breakfast, because that's what's going to give you the sustaining power and be really great for balanced blood sugar.
Well, I think this is a great recipe, Nina. So I would encourage people to try it. It's called it's like sheet pan pancakes is what it's called, and
yes.
that's all on the Hy-Vee.com. The recipe is there, right? And
yep. So
yeah.
So it's at Hy-Vee.com, but it's also in this month's issue of Seasons as well.
Oh, good. Oh, there it is. Yeah, there it is, right inside there. It's real easy, but I think if you use that Kodiak mix, like you showed, Nina, it's got a lot of protein in it, so that's got it all. It's not just like a regular pancake. It really has lots more nutrition.
And they have so many flavors. Like I said, they have a pumpkin one out right now. And if you have people with allergies, they have gluten-free too.
Oh,
so
good.
there's a lot of really great options that you can use. And like you said, you just throw it in the pan, throw it in the oven. Then you've got leftovers, on the counter, in the fridge, or in the freezer.
Good, good. And Nina, I know you're going to come back. We're going to talk about getting better life, longer life out of fruits and veggies, because all of us have buy all the produce, spend all the money, and you don't eat it, and it goes bad. So that's a horrible waste of money and food. So we're going to talk more about that a little bit later, right?
Yep.
Nina, thank you.